Good evening, my people. This is Professor Abuki, the only professor bold enough to mark your gammon absent from class, score them zero, and make them carry the course over. Today, I am angry beyond words. When the so-called democratically elected gammon fails, then terrorists, bandits, and kidnappers become the gammon. A student being kidnapped and tortured on camera. Imagine the level of audacity, authority, and impunity these criminals are showing in this country. Now, 10 million naira is the price of life in this country, and the government is silent, watching, and doing nothing. Listen carefully. Insecurity is not spiritual, it is a state failure. A government that cannot protect its citizens is the enemy of its own people. From Thomas Hobbes to John Locke, the social contract theory is simple and uniform. Citizens surrender their freedom and weapons in return for one thing, and that is security. Thomas Hobbes went further to warn that life without gunmen is nasty, brutish, and short. Now you tell me what is nastier, brutisher, and shorter than seeing kidnappers running towns, torturing students on camera, and pricing human lives like commodities. If citizens cannot move, learn, and live freely in their country, then why exactly are we paying taxes? What exactly is the government doing? Protection of life is non-negotiable. According to my mentor, a political scientist by excellence, Professor Aliyu Mukhtar Katsina, poverty, unemployment, and inequality fuel prostration and violence. Why is kidnapping exploding today? Because poverty is expanding. Why is ransom the new business model? Because unemployment is nationalized. And why are poorest full of armed young men instead of officers? Because inequality is louder than opportunity. Failed economies only produce crimes. Failed governments produce failure, and poverty fuels crime. A country where the students fear classrooms. A country where parents budget for ransom. A country where kidnappers budget like ministers. This is a country in constitutional crisis, and security is not optional. It is the first law of governance. Without security, democracy is nothing but a laughable commodity. Nigerian leaders, if you cannot protect the people, then you are in no position to demand their loyalty or their votes. If criminals run forest while you sip tea in your offices, then you are in no position to lecture citizens about patriotism. If poverty rises and inequality deepens, then the government have failed woefully. Create jobs, reduce inequality, and reclaim the poorest. Hunger, hunger is very dangerous, but a government that cannot protect its people is more dangerous. This is Professor Aboki, and today the government scores zero in my class. Cowards.